Well, 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 well. It finally happened. Who? I mean, the real question is, who really didn't see this coming? Who actually did not see this coming? Who's actually surprised? You know, I think a good number of us at this point, before this was announced, of course, so everyone saw this coming within the community anyway. Everyone saw it coming. It had to be done. Like the circumstances surrounding this pandemic, I know, people have continued to make these videos around surrounding this situation. The magnitude continues to show its, foreboding sort of um, significance, I guess you can say, and how it's affecting everything, including the things that you guys, would never thought that it would affect, or you would never have thought that, it would come to this. And it all goes back to, the whole virus. Who saw it coming? Who saw that one coming? That's a surprise. But this, the headline below the video, everyone saw that coming at that point. And today on Friday, as I record this, EVO 2020 has been officially canceled. Joey Queller, hope I'm pronouncing his name right, or Mr. Wiz or Wizard, has brought word regarding this, and now it's not officially like entirely canceled, but obviously the venue and everything, that's all shut down at this point. All the hotels and stuff like that, tickets and whatever, have all been refunded automatically without question. This hint kind of like came out a couple days before, if not just yesterday, before this announcement. Somebody, I believe his name was Jeff the Hero on Twitter. He had a reservation for EVO, and the Luxor, which is the connecting hotel to the Mandalay Bay, which also I guess had some sort of deal, whatever, with EVO, which makes sense. They automatically canceled his reservation, full refund, everything. He didn't even ask for it; it just happened. There was a tweet regarding that, and that was pretty much like the red flag that was like, okay, it's happening, guys. EVO 2020 is done. Is a done deal. It's over for this year, and so that really pretty much like was, to me, the final nail in the coffin. And then as I was working this morning or this like afternoon, the announcement came out on Twitter, and it still sucks to even if you saw it coming from miles away, miles and miles away. It still sucks to hear. It's still kind of hard to hear. I'm pretty sure for like a number of people, because there's always a good number of first timers who want to go, and also there was something awesome setting up for it, with Marvel 2 coming back for this anniversary for EVO. It was a very let's just say a point turning game for EVO itself. Very significant game for its history. They wanted to celebrate that, and so that was supposed to happen. Excuse me. Now it's not going to happen, and so that's that. Really, not much to say at this point, I guess. But like I said, it still sucks, even though you see it coming. Solely because you don't get to see the people only once a year, that sort of thing. Like, that tradition is now out of reach for this year, and that on that part, it definitely sucks. It's always nice to see people in person and say hi and have a nice little conversation about gaming and stuff like that. These these interests have us come together, and it's just like, nope, ain't gonna happen this year. And there was some cool stuff, to look forward to, but the pandemic has really done a number on, everything, especially the FGC and the tournaments and stuff like that. So now here's the interesting part. This is where the almost sort of comes in, or mostly comes in, because it seems like they're planning to do an online event regarding the EVO. So I don't know how that's gonna work, but looks like they're really gonna try to take it online. And now this is gonna be a completely different sort of topic, but relating to EVO, because many of these fighting games that have come out over the recent years, and especially with this year's lineup for EVO, that was supposed to happen, but now it's not. But when it comes to the online of things, for pretty much most of those games, if not all of them, are infamously bad. They don't have the proper netcode for such a optimal sort of experience, playing from far away and stuff. Most of them have delayed base netcode, or just bad rollback. Not the one that we always kind of been begging for fighting games. And what a time to really show how bad these games are when it comes to the netcode. This is the time for gaming companies to really, look into this, and now really start to like take this really seriously, of how important it is for the fan base and the players. So I think it's really weird, like all these weird circumstances sort of like line up in a way. Personally for me, I kind of said it in my channel update I put out recently of how it's affecting my life, but things seem to be kind of lining up. Like, we've been wanting better netcode for fighting games for this later half of the last decade. From 2010 to 2019, and hopefully this will be the time to make this the wake up call. I guess it took it took a virus to really make everyone pause and think about whatever situation. Now, I wish it was done in different circumstances. They would have, I guess, eventually learned that this is very important, but now it's going to be really apparent. It's going to be really clear of how bad it's going to be. So it was Smash Brothers Ultimate, even Tekken is guilty of that. Street Fighter, they've been working on it, but it's still not quite there. Grand Blue Versus, that's also pretty bad, and I think was it Eunice? Yeah, Eunice is pretty bad from what I've heard. I don't know. I mean, maybe Marvel 2 might have the best netcode out of all of them, which is sad. Which is like an older game, but I think that might be the best one in terms of netcode alone. If they actually do the Marvel 2 Invitational tournament for this year, that's gonna be really, really strange if if you think about it. But I think it's pretty hilarious. That's going to be the case. I'm forgetting a couple other games. But yeah, definitely those are the major ones. Oh yeah, also Soul Calibur 6. That's also, it's like the same. It's the same. It's the same pretty much with Tekken, because Namco Bandai. That's really all I can think of straight from memory. But if not, I'll just put it on the screen with the lineup from before, and you get an idea of what's good netcode, what's bad netcode. And yeah, it's definitely gonna be a mess. There's gonna be a lot of people still, I think, and one way or the other, there's gonna be memes and there's gonna be clips and highlights of these failures and stuff like that. There's gonna be a disconnect. Yeah, it's really going to like open the developer's eyes and everyone else around them to really take it seriously. I hope that's going to be the circumstance for EVO online, which is kind of weird to say, but I mean, it is what it is. So if it happens and it works, then it works. But yeah, I really do hope that's going to be the result of things, and netcode will be something they'll absolutely take seriously from that forward. But for now, all we know for sure is that EVO 2020 is officially canceled, but online events will most likely going to be what's going to be replacing EVO for that date. So yeah, that's pretty much all she wrote for this year. Now, of course, there's always next year, but again, like, it's just like, who knows what's going to happen. Life is always full of surprises. It is interesting. It does make life, fun in a sense, but also terrifying, and that's what makes it intriguing and interesting. What's in store for us, we don't know. That's the beauty of it. But yeah, EVO 2020 canceled, and an online event will replace it. It's just another canceled online event, or excuse me, a canceled event along with E3, and that's also being replaced with some sort of online event, which is actually gotta go on longer than usual. I think it's gonna start from like May to all the way to July or August even, if I'm not mistaken. So that's going to be pretty interesting. But anyways, before I wrap this up, for those who wondered why EVO hasn't canceled like immediately, and for those who kind of don't know how running tournaments sort of work, it basically when you rent out a venue or a place, let's just say, that hotel or whatever place that you're going to rent out for these events, there's money involved. You have to put in a lot of money. You have to pay all these all these fees or whatever, right? And you are bound to a contract. And for whatever reason, if you want to cancel these events just outright, like for whatever reason, that's coming from you, you would have to pay the fee for pretty much taking up the time and the slot for this venue. It's pretty much like how you would rent a hotel or make a reservation for a hotel room. If you cancel, depending on, of course, for each hotel, you have to pay some sort of fee one way or the other. Especially if you cancel like right before, there's probably some sort of grace period, blah blah blah. But with a big place like this, I imagine it's a lot more difficult to deal with when it comes to canceling things. But in contracts, they often say if unforeseen or uncontrollable circumstances occur, then they can cancel it without any fees or whatever. So for some examples are, if a pandemic broke out and the city of whatever actually comes out and say you can't have this event because there's more than 10 people or whatever, you have to cancel it, or it's not going to happen. So things like that, if the government has to step in, or your city has to step in and tell you that, then the contract is pretty much falls into that, and you therefore do not have to pay for the fee if those circumstances are met. So that's why pretty much like it seems like Wiz wanted to, or Wizard, or Mr. Queller wanted to really hold this out until they pretty much knew for sure, okay, we have to cancel it, and the city pretty much said no. And that's the end of it. That's just my assumption anyway. I'm not trying to be like the know-it-all or whatever, but I imagine that's how it played out. They were trying to really just hold out until they got word from the city officials and pretty much gave them the big NO and pulled the plug. And there you have it. There you go. EVO 2020. It's canceled. So yeah, but for realsies, that's all I gotta say. It sucks. It's you don't get to see your folks. You get to see only once a year in real life. But we have to make the best of it, and we just gotta, I guess do something else. That's all I can say. And that's all she wrote for now, for 2020. It's looking pretty gray this year. But all isn't entirely lost. Like I said, an online event, but it's definitely gonna be quite the show for the spectators. Yeah, so let's just see how that all plays out. So thank you guys so much. This has been my thoughts about EVO 2020 being canceled for the most part. If you guys have any comments about EVO 2020, how do you guys feel about EVO in general, and anything like that, anything related, drop it in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. Hit the bell, notify all, and yeah, that's how you do it. So follow me on Twitter, Twitch, whatever. It's all in the description, and that was my 2 cents on it. So thank you guys for sticking around for this episode for the Hawke Talks with yours truly, Sean. I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay safe, take care, and wash your hands as often as you can, without, of course, drying your skin out. And of course, wear your masks, stay away from people, keep your distance, and stay home, stay safe. Sean out.